Love the fact that we are in the first week of October and it's 67 degrees outside right now. Now this isn't Florida. This is the middle of the bumblefuck Midwest. And this is so ridiculous. Like, I'm actually just super shocked right now. Like, so shocked that life is just depressing and I'm really hungry right now. But let's get into our discussion for today. Yeah. Double shirt blue squad. You guys know, rocking the hoodie today. And some aqua ass blue shirt. Not really agua, but it's more like greenish blue. Same shit, different day. Colorblind. Don't judge me. So, let's talk about generic cards. And are they too powerful for the game of Yu-Gi-Oh? Let's start way back in 2004. Let's talk about this generic-ass, old-ass format where a world where archetypes didn't exist. We'll start with good old daddy Pot of Greed up through CCE. If you guys don't know what CC was, it was Cookie Cutter Chaos. Everyone was playing the exact same bullshit. Alright? And a format where archetypes didn't exist. Your deck literally kind of looked like your opponent's, minus a few other things. And this is where the word staple comes into play. And generic-esque cards. Cards that every deck can use. You guys are familiar with these things now, right? Cardomize, Raigeki, Dark Hole, Staples. AKA Pot of Desires, the Neg-9 train. No, Desires isn't fucking -9. Stop that meme. It's not funny. God, I'm surprised people still fucking... The older I get, the more shitty that I think some of these memes are. Like, Pot of Desires being a Neg-9. It's a +1. Only the real math geniuses that have degrees will understand that. So, 2004, Cookie Cutter Chaos. Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity. You guys are semi-aware of the Chaos Monsters and how they dictated a format. Skip forward, we get the first ban list. You guys all know and love Goat Control. Metamorphosis, Scapegoat, Thousand Eyes Restrict. The Trinity is in that format. You have Graceful Charity, Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, Delinquendo. All cards that eventually get banned from the next format going forward. We enter into the next format where Cyber Dragon becomes a generic-esque card. And then skip forward to the next point. Well, we'll jump ahead to 2011 here, because some of you guys might be more familiar with that. 2011, 2012. I'm not sure in the exact time frame, but Reborn Tengu. So, what ended up happening was... This was the last goddamn time that Konami listened to the public about anything, and we ruined it for ourselves. So 2011, 2012 rolls around, Reborn Tengu. If you guys don't remember, Tengu was limited to for the longest time, and a lot of people didn't understand why. It's because of the Synchro format era with Reborn Tengu. Reborn Tengu was a card that was designed not to miss timing, and its design presence was the TCG had wanted more cards that every deck could essentially benefit from. Every deck could play Reborn Tengu and still be on the same par. And Konami had posted a while back about this, that the card was designed because the community had wanted more generic-esque cards. And unfortunately, we were punished from that mentality because at the end of the format, Reborn Tengu was so powerful that Konami had to reevaluate its stance on producing generic cards from what the community had seen. It was so bad. Konami's like, here's what you guys want. And then the community's like, no, so bad, please ban it. And then TCG was like, sorry. You guys wanted TCG exclusives. We tried to give it to you, and we bit the hand that fed us. You know, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to make this video. Was, well, I've been feeling like history Robbie lately, where I've been wanting to talk about more the history of the game and like how it's been influencing things lately. Because when you're looking at today's format, skip ahead from Reborn Tengu, we just had Dark Hole get pushed back to 1, which a lot of people were very shocked. Felt like we went a step back from the way things have gone. You know, it's very clear that the current game of Yu-Gi-Oh! is very archetype based. Well, the whole format's archetype based. You don't have a real mishmashy kind of deck. And honestly, I think the only real thing that would be considered mishmashy, I guess True Draco, but it's only because you're playing one of two engines in the deck. And then Lightsworn's just a bunch of really good cards put together. You know, but none of these decks are playing very generic-y ass cards, except for Darkhold and Raigeki. And once again, enter into the current format. The only real staple that all of these decks might be sharing is either Ash Blossom, the Board Wipes, or Desires. So you've got to ask yourself, at what point is generic card production going to damage the game? Now, we did a hand trap discussion a while ago, where the fact that we've designed so many fucking hand traps at this point. You know, Ash Blossom, Ghost Ogre, Winter Cherries, that they're generic-ass cards. They're cards that are meant to stop multiple scenarios, which is not a bad thing at all in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! But you're eventually going to cross the line to where I'm going to want to play my deck as a more generic-ass deck. And I think it's going to go against a lot of the current mentality in the game. You know, I don't think Konami wants us to go back to a day where our deck is just a bunch of really good staple cards. That's why they've driven us to this mentality of, what is it? Archetype-based decks. And, you know, it's really been challenging lately because we've been seeing two engines into decks. You know, you've seen True Draco Zoo. You saw, you know, True Draco in the current format playing multiple engines. And then you have the mishmash of 60 card, whatever the hell my deck mills, Zombie, Lightsworn, Predaplant. You know, the only real genericness that I've seen in archetype-based decks is it's really the extra deck, you know? And random-ass decks, you'll be seeing monsters from other archetypes and things like that. You know, Utopia the Lightning being a cover monster. You know, Pendulum Magicians are playing it. You know, the game has gone forward in terms of archetype things, which I think it's good. I don't... If we rewind all the way back to the early days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where archetypes, they existed, but they weren't particularly as good as just playing a bunch of really good generic cards together in your grandfather's deck, you know? There's a reason your grandfather had dementia and he was putting all of these cards into his deck because he had no fucking idea that putting a bunch of Toon Monsters together with Toon Monsters would be good. His dementia was just like, this looks really good. Gold, Wu Lord of the Dark World. Graceful Charity, she's hot, you know? Insert generic 70-year-old joke here with dementia. It's what my grandfather had before he passed away. Didn't think it'd go that dark that quick, did you? Welcome to life. Realize that the older you get. So, moral of the story. Generic cards like Pot of Desires, they're good in small doses, but the issue is, if a format degenerates so much to where you have to play all of these said generic cards in your deck to go against your deck's basic functionality, then Konami gonna come in with the band hammer like Thor and just start smacking the shit out of people. And then, of course, Konami's the Hulk, and you guys know how that kind of goes. I want to see more generic-based cards. I really fucking do. I think they're good. I honestly do. But we can't go back to the days of, like, Troop Duper Scoop, where every deck is just a bunch of fucking really good cards. You know, like, I'm playing fucking Gold, Monarchs, and fucking all this other shit in my deck. It's not how that works. It's already bad enough that True Draco basically looks like an old version of an old deck with multiple engines combined together. I mean, for consistency's sake, if it fucking works, it fucking works. If it wins, it wins. But we're so far down the archetype rabbit hole right now that I think we're afraid to produce generic-esque cards anymore, and it's really sad. If only we had an extra deck monster that we could summon when the opponent's monster attacks directly. It doesn't negate the attack, just chum blocks. That'd be a very generic-esque card. That'd be a good step in the right direction. other uses to utilizing the extra deck. You know, links are in place for a reason. Just saying. Guys, leave a comment, Reno, down here, Reno. Tell me what you guys thinking about generic cards. What are some generic cards you guys want to see? I don't want to see any more draw cards. I think we got enough of these. Desires was good enough. D-Barrier was also a good step in the right direction, but not letting your opponent play Yu-Gi-Oh cards tend to be really bad for the game of Yu-Gi-Oh. Alright guys, I'm out. Hope you enjoyed this discussion. I know I'm going to go home and eat. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom.
The ride never ends, guys. Make sure you enable those notifications to get the latest videos that are being posted on this channel. Make sure you guys check out VanCole40 for my Cardfight Vanguard channel. And join me and House of Champions on the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. We'll be interacting with our audiences. And please check out No Limit Gaming and LGTCG.com for the cheapest trading cards on the market. Thanks for watching, guys, and please have a good day.